What's up guys, Sean here, and please excuse the mess. Wasn't planning on making a video right now, but I finished sharpening my Benchmade Bailout and CPM-M4 blade steel earlier today. Well, actually I finished sharpening it last night, but I finished the entire process today because I finally cut up my new basswood into 6-inch pieces, and I loaded them with all the different micron gunny juices from 12 down to 0.1. And this is the first time I think I have actually done the full gunny juice progression from 12 micron all the way down to 0.1 micron. And okay, let me back up a little bit. I sharpened this on my Tsprof Kadet Pro at 17 degrees per side. I did clamp it 2 times. So first I clamped it with the main edge portion parallel with the clamp, sharpened at 17 degrees per side. Then I clamped it so that I had the Tanto portion as parallel with the clamp as possible. It wasn't quite completely parallel, but it was close. And I just sharpened this as if it was 2 separate edges. And I'm already getting fingerprints on it, but this turned out absolutely stunning. Go ahead, flip it over. And I will be sure to wipe off these fingerprints again so you guys can see just how flawless this came out. Look at that. Nice crispy point. I love a nice, well done Tanto edge. Especially, you know, now that I've done so many of them, and after the first couple, well, really after like the first 2, I realized that it's really not anything to be intimidated by, and they are surprisingly quite easy. And depending on if the knife comes from the factory with a even blade grind and an even sharpening job, you know, that can make your life a little bit easier or more difficult. But there are, you know, some little tips and tricks for getting a Tanto point all fixed up if there are some issues there. And I do have some videos in my sharpening playlist addressing some of my techniques that I use when it comes to sharpening Tantos, some of the ways that can help you keep a nice crisp Tanto point. I don't know if that's the technically correct term, but all right, so anyways, I had just finished this and I was testing it and plucked out one of my hairs, and this thing is a monster. So I figured I'd just hop on here and show you guys. Hopefully I can get it to whittle because it was just blowing through on contact. As I just said. Guys, this edge is not blah. It sorry, it's late and I did not prepare for this video. But this edge is fucking insane. Excuse my language. That is fucking insane. Guys, this is absolute insanity. So I've mentioned a couple times now that the Tsprof is in fact growing on me. And as you can see, should be pretty self-explanatory why. I think I just had to get used to the system. And Beautiful. Fuck, I'm gonna have to edit out that sound in the background if you can hear it, so I don't get a copyright strike. Alright guys, I'm going to go turn off that audio in the background, and I'm gonna get a microfiber so I can wipe this off and show you guys up close, and also go over a couple of the key points when it came to my sharpening progression. So hang tight and be right back. All right guys, we are back. Spraying it with 91% alcohol. Take my microfiber. As you can see, I got a little facet on the tip on this side. Don't know if it's some unevenness in the blade grind from the factory or from the factory edge, or if I may have accidentally, you know, started to round off the tip right there by accident. But nonetheless, I didn't want to keep removing material for no reason. It's very, very minor, not going to affect anything. This is my personal knife also, so there's that. And it's an amazing edge. So that's something that can be worked out in the next sharpening for sure. Not something I'm concerned with. Alright, let me see if I have a piece of phone book paper around here somewhere. Alrighty guys, so anyways, just wanted to show you this one real quick. Really happy with how this turned out. And oh yeah, so anyway, the final stone to my progression was the Tsprof F600 diamond plate. Then I did the stropping progression on fresh pieces of basswood, 1 inch wide with 12 micron, 9 micron, 6 micron, 3 micron, 1 micron, 0.5 micron, 0.25 micron, and then 0.1 micron. And I did maybe only like 2 or 3 passes per side per strop. So I wanted to be very careful that I did not over polish and that I didn't lose all the teeth in the edge. And as you can hear, still nice and toothy and aggressive, and it will cut you very easily. Super sharp to the point where you don't even feel it when it cuts you. I mean, it came out very good. Very, very nicely done edge. And I'm super happy with this example of M4 blade steel. And I've sorry for the scattered thoughts and the non-cohesiveness, but like I said, this wasn't a planned video. But I've really been enjoying this knife. I've carried this probably almost every day since I got it. First knife that I have really been loving since my 15V MANIX 2. This is another one that I have a really hard time keeping out of my pocket, which makes it really tough to carry other knives to review them or, do anything with, because it's like I could have just these two and be set for life, honestly. Then there's also this one. This one I have a really hard time keeping out of my pocket. My 3V Demco 8020.5 and my 20CV 550-1 Griptilian with AWT scales. Another one that I really have a tough time keeping out of my pocket. So yeah, but this thing is really a joy. It's a joy to carry. It is literally feather light, yet it's super solid. You have nice aluminum construction. Feels great in hand, great ergos. You have a nice full length handle. It has a little bit of contouring to it, just ever so slightly, which that along with the milled texture and the anodizing gives it a really nice feel in hand. There's not a whole lot of curves to it to really lock you in to any specific place, but I mean the handle does flare towards the butt down here, and then as you get up towards the top of the handle, you have that other flare, so your hand stays pretty secure, locked in between these two positions. You can hold it further back and get a little extra leverage, or you can choke up and get a little bit more control. And then another thing that I really love about this, it is a slicer. Boy, let me tell you, this thing is insanely thin, super thin blade grind, super slicey. Even with the factory edge, I will say the factory edge on this was very nice. It had a nice even edge bevel on both sides, completely symmetrical all the way around on all 4 portions of the edge, and it was very sharp. It was around 100 gram best score on the factory edge. And that was a much more aggressive, much more coarse, toothy edge. But even with that edge, it did an amazing job cutting anything that I wanted to cut with it. It just glides right through materials because of how thin it is. And I'm really excited to see how it does now that I have equipped it with a proper edge. I'm sure it will be nothing short of extremely satisfying. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys this one. Now it has turned into a full-length video, but that's okay. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all, hope everybody's doing well. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And big shout out to my Patreon members. You guys, you know, and anybody who supports the channel in any way. If you like the video, if you leave a comment down below, if you share the video, anything that you do that helps support this channel is appreciated more than you can imagine. And I truly care about you guys. I hope that my actions reflect that. Okay, I'm going down on another tangent. So, all right, guys. Love you. Jesus loves you. Peace.